This is pretty much what you need. You just need one of these large onions. You need 5 or 6 medium-sized eggs, salt and pepper, potatoes, about 1.1, 1.2 kilos, 1.3 kilos maybe, and you need to have the ability to deep fry the sliced up potatoes. I'll take you through the process. Preparation time is about half an hour, and then cooking time is about 10-15 minutes. This is about 1.2, 1.3 kilos worth of potatoes. They've been peeled. They are Albert Bartlett rooster potatoes. They're quite nice, and they now need to be washed and then sliced quite thinly so that they can be deep fried for a little while. This is one of my sliced potatoes. You'll notice the thickness that's there and the size of the potato slices. You don't want them too thick and you don't want them too large either, because it won't come together right when you're making the omelette, or the Spanish omelette should I say, the tortilla. Fry the onions. Needs to be chopped. Normal frying of the onions. Get them nice and brown, nice and caramelised. And then you want to put those to one side, and you will add them to the rest of the ingredients later. So in a large bowl you want to put your eggs. I've got 6 eggs here. I'm going to add some milk, which is probably the normal way that I would make most omelettes. That's to expand it out. You need a large bowl because you're going to add in all of the potatoes and all of the onions. I've whisked my 6 eggs. I'm going to add a amount of milk to expand the amount of mixture that there is, and I'm going to add quite a lot of pepper and just a pinch of salt. Now these potatoes have been they've been going for about 6.5 minutes, 7 minutes now, and they're about perfect, so I don't need to do any more. I'm adding the onions. I've let them cool down, and I'm adding the onions into the mixture, and as the potatoes get cooked, I will add some. Here's some of the potatoes. I don't want to add the potatoes into the mixture while they're too hot, because it starts to curdle the mixture too early and starts making it look a funny colour. I'm having to do this in a few different batches because I don't have a proper chip pan, so I just do it quite safely doing it this way. Somebody who's got a proper chip pan that can do it all together all in one go, it'll be much faster for them. Okay, out of all those potatoes, that's pretty much most of them in there. So, just like an omelette, normal pan, standard pan, bit of oil in it, put it on the heat, get it warmed up, and we're going to add in all of that mixture. Okay, I've added it all to the pan now, and you can see little flecks of pepper on the top there. I've patted it down. You can see that I've got the lowest rating on the heat, and I'm just going to leave that for quite a while. It's been bubbling away for about 10 minutes now, something like that. You can still see, you can see it bubbling along the sides, but the middle is still very much too moist. Still needs to go for a little bit longer yet. The bottom side of it should be Should be nicely browned, although not burnt, once it's finished. Right, it's been going about 15 minutes and I've now taken it off the hob, and it's still very wet. You can still see it bubbling in parts, but it's still very wet on top. I'm now going to put it under a grill. Now let's see what it's like. It's only been in for 3 minutes, just over 3 minutes. Looks like it's been bubbling up really nice, and it's looking pretty solid if you ask me. That's nigh on perfect, I'd say. So I'm going to put a plate on top of it and flip it over. Let's see what it really looks like. So this is the moment of truth. If I now remove the pan, absolute perfection. Now, from my experience of growing up as a kid in a Spanish household, tortilla didn't last long. It can be eaten hot, it can be eaten cold. Let's see. Now, if you go to a tapas bar, a slice this big will probably cost you around about £5. Absolutely perfect. And as it cools down, it will solidify more in the middle. That is it. That is how to make Spanish tortilla, Spanish omelette, without the best utensils and utilities, I have to say. So most households should be able to rustle up a method of doing this.